Hi, I'm Dave Roberts and this is Angling Escapades. And welcome to the River Wye. You join me on quite a warm summer's evening and I've just come down to have a quick go. I've brought with me minimal tackle. I've got some casters I had left over from the weekend. I was either going to freeze them or use them because they were so nice. Hemp, tin of meat, couple of tins of meat chopped up. That's all I need. I've bought minimal tackle. I've got that famous fishing couple with me, rod and a net. All I've got set up on here is a stick float with some strung out shots. Nice bulbous top on that stick float so I can fish the big baits like the meat and trundle it down. It's a nice fast flow. So it's quite a summery day. I've got kids swimming in the river up above, but it's going to start cooling off now. It's gone a bit overcast, so this is usually holds a few fish, so hopefully I can have a quick go, get a few fish and just have a bit of fun really. I've spent in the last 2 weeks I've been on 4 different rivers around the country fishing matches. Been on the Severn, I've been on the Avon, and I went yesterday on the River Nene or the North Bank, and we've been coaching on the Wye. I have to say, having been to those venues away, you come back with the feeling that there's no place like home because it's been hard fishing, and I'm okay with that. I go and fish qualifiers around the company. That's what I do, match fishing. You know, I go around the country and I, did 300 miles yesterday and caught 2 perch. You know, that can be quite soul destroying if you let it be. But I always find if I can come and have a quick session down here now, just catch a few bits and bobs, just get some bites, doing what you love, then it makes all those hard days worth it, and it enables you to keep going, and you don't feel like you've wasted a weekend or anything like that. So we're gonna have a go, see what we can catch, and also we're going to catch up as well with what we've been on the river. We've had a couple of interesting coaching sessions this week and caught some fish, so we'll catch up on those as well. So I'm going to get some bait in here, get some bait mixed in here, get some bait in and see what we can catch. And I'm travelling light enough that if it doesn't happen here, I've got a couple of pegs lower on down where I can try. So I'll just put some casters in there, tin of hemp with all the juices, and then only a few, so I'll probably feed these separately anyway because they're big old chunks. You can see there, good old mixture of everything in there. Hopefully if there's any chub or barbel around, they'll be straight on it. I'm just going to throw everything tonight and walk catapult or anything. There you go, so I'll spread that right out, get some bait going through there, and I'll just keep chucking a few regular bits and pieces, a few bits of meat because I'm going to be using meat on the hook generally. I might use bunches of casters, a few bits of meat, get those fish finding that bait and hopefully catch some fish. Dragging bottom there, there's some weed up here and it just comes in onto this gully, and there's a few bits of weed there, so every now and again it sort of drags under. You can tell, especially fishing big baits like this, you can tell if it's a proper bite. It's the sort of area where I'd expect to bite. Right there now. Okay, this is our first fish. Chub, I think.
didn't mean that. What? I don't know what you're talking about. You're putting your hand slapping your sister.
It's a nice little star. And all the pain from the weekend has gone in one fish. Just trundling a few bits of meat down there. And then using the hempen casters every now and again just to keep a bit of bait hit in the bottom as well. It's lovely, it just glides through here, lovely. It's a nice little gully all under our feet, so I don't need to fish far out. You can see I've got kids swimming in the river below me, but that chub wasn't bothered. Hopefully there'll be a few others there. Going through there, lovely that is. That's just trundling through, not too pacey. I've fished this peg before when there's been a bit more water on and it really pushes through. It's hard to float fish, but on this height it's perfect. I say all the depth's on this bank, so it's just trundling through. I think I just dragged under there. Go. Chub, I think. Quite into the inside, normal chub. And that was actually caught right on the inside here. There's no great. Just tried to snag me up there. Slack, sometimes they come out. Yeah, that was right on the inside here. There used to be a lot of trees on this inside, but they've cut them down recently. It shows that the fish don't mind. They still like they just want this oxygenated water at them. Look at that. Slightly bigger. To have any food inside him, so I think there must be a few more out there, but thinking 2 fish there. Caught more than I caught on the Avon, caught more than I caught yesterday on the Neen, so I think what I'll do now is I'll put a little bit more bait in, a bit more hempen casters in, just see, because I'm going to fancy there might be an odd barbel here, so I think a bit more hemp and casters, so we can get them muching around. Now, while we're waiting for these barbel to arrive, I'm going to show you some footage now from a session we had earlier this week with a chap called Paul Morgan. Now, Paul has moved to Herefordshire from from East Anglia, Norfolk way, and like many people, we came to the Wye and he was daunted. It was totally different to any fishing he'd done before. So I took Paul out last year and we caught some fish, and he wanted to go out again, and we went out last week, and he had another day to remember, and yeah, just have a look at this. This was a great day. Well, welcome to Angling Escapades. You join us on the banks of the River Wye. Today we're out with Paul Morgan. You seem to be doing all right, Paul.
So far, so good.
And we think this is our first barbel of the day. We've had plenty of chub so far. It's been great sport. The weather's typical of at the moment, raining. But the fishing's been bright enough. And we've just had a few tactical changes. We started on a ground bait feeder, and we caught some chub. Then we switched to meat. We were getting pestered by lots of small fish. And bigger baits certainly sort of picked out the bigger chub. And we're about an hour and 20 minutes into the session now, and like I say, this looks like our first barbel. So. Feel like a big fish, Paul?
It feels, yeah, it's definitely bigger than the last one. This could well indeed be the barbel, eh?
I think the clutch screaming off tends to give
it was a bit of a giveaway, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Actually, I thought that was my heart racing.
Oh, we got Monty. You know there's a barbel about, didn't you? I think Monty wants some meat again. It's only celebratory meat now, though. We can only have meat when we catch a barbel. There's no pressure, Paul. But Monty's waiting.
Don't give me that look, Monty.
Incredibly powerful fish, as we know with barbel, but there's absolutely no point in rushing or anything. These fish, we've got plenty of weight on the line. We've got a big feeder on, and a barbel shaking its head around, that can create a lot of tension on the line, a lot of abrasion. So it's really just a case of just giving them time. There's no rush at all. There's no prizes for losing fish. So. And once you get them in with distance like Paul has now, it's under the rod tip. It's fairly well in control. It's not going to go too far. We've got the drag set. We have the back wind on as well. It's coming up higher up in the water now. Lovely. Oof. What a wonderful sight.
Gorgeous. Fantastic colour, Dave.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well done, Paul. Well done.
Great stuff.
Let me take the rod for you. Here you go. Just tuck that under there.
Yep.
That looks about £7 a prime Wye Barbel there, Paul.
Pretty. You're beautiful fish.
Now these fish are well spawned now. They spawned a while back, and they're out feeding. They're ready to, enjoy the summer, so to speak. And we've still got colour in the river from this rain, so it's just making for fish topping out there now as well. But it's making for great fishing. And I say if the river goes low and clear and we have the hot weather, then it can get a bit harder. But at the moment, we're just going to make the most of it. Have a look at that.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's probably £7. Fantastic fish. Show him to the camera and to Monty.
Oh, you can have your meat now, Monty.
Look at that. Do you reckon, boy? Lovely. Put him back.
Let him
There
set
we
off
go.
for a minute.
Just give them a minute. It won't take long, but just rest them in the water. Just let them get their bearings, and then just generally just slide them out. Put the front of the net over, and that should go away now. Also, just slide him out. So just dip the front of the net over. That's it. Kicking strong.
Yep.
Give him a little
He's
flip.
ready to go. A little bit small, that net.
There we go. So that's the first barbel. Can you see if we can catch another one now?
Let's go for it, old chap.
Right. I've just took this one right down the peg. Snagged me up already. Oh, it's out. There we go. So much weed around at this time of year that these fish just know how to bury themselves in, and of course fishing at distance. Fishing fairly robust gear, I'm not messing around. I've got 5-pound main line straight through to a size 10 hook, so you can generally move them out. And the chub. It's the biggest one so far. And you know, this river so far has been absolutely full of chub. Everyone you speak to has been catching chub. You know, I don't know whether it's something to do with the high water we had at the start of the season or what, but and certainly everywhere we've coached this week, we've been catching chub. And that one actually is still a bit rough around the head, and it's showing signs of milk still coming out of it. So I don't know, they could still be spawning. There's certainly been fish on the Severn and the Wye still spawning right from the start of the season, so it shows things might be a little bit behind. I'd say they've probably finished spawning. That's probably finished spawning. I don't think it'd be feeding if it hadn't, really. Well, that's gone for a snag. That one's made a bit of a mess of my shots, so I'll just straighten those out. Come on, Mom. Come on. Come on. I'm just about done here, really. I think. Unfortunately, the local idiots haven't got cold swimming in the river, so it's all a bit noisy, really. Not really the peaceful evening I was hoping for. The fishing's been great and it's served a purpose. I'm really happy to just get out, get a few bites after a hard few matches. But I think I might head somewhere quieter now. So here we go. The river's changed a bit now. All the rain we've had early, we've got the river's colouring up a bit now, and we've had to go on the float. Caught a nice chub on the float. We've caught some nice chub today. Actually, the chub for the early season sport has been as good as I've known it. But falls into another barbel, and I think we're going to call this last fish of the day. Although we don't want to go home, do we, Paul?
Never do, Dave.
No.
But I think this was the last cast.
Yeah. But I think we've hit it just right today, haven't we? I think tomorrow the river might be a little bit messy, but today it's just everything's been right. It's been nice, overcast, and we've caught some fish. And have you learnt anything?
I have, Dave. Always to go fishing with you, actually.
You have to say that, don't you?
No, I don't have to say that, because otherwise I'd have happily plugged away at the crankbaits in the first instance.
We've changed a few things today, and it's brought us some success. So I think you know, and it's every day's a school day on the river. I've learnt things today, and it just goes to show how good this river can be. So
just amazing fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something else. Monty's waiting for his celebratory piece of luncheon meat.
Yep. He had been encouraging me, Dave.
Yeah.
He really does have a vested interest, doesn't he?
Yes. Looks like another nice fish.
It's cracking. Doesn't want to give up, does he, Dave?
Nope. That's why we love catching them, innit? It's they certainly give their pound's worth of fight.
Oh, amazing fun. Too much pressure on him.
Gonna pop up. Yeah. Lovely, brilliant nesting.
Excellent.
What is it? It's a barbel.
There you go. Meat time.
So there we go, a lovely barbel to end the session on, and this is just one of a few stretches that we have access to, and today's been a special day for us, and I think we'll put this barbel back, and Monty can have his luncheon meat.
Certainly can. Well done, Monty.
Well earned that one, boy. Well done, Paul.
Cheers,
We'll
Dave.
see you again.
Thank you.